You've heard of the big names in AI, Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, but what if the company powering their AI behind the curtain is the one with the real upside? And one of these companies just made a quiet pivot that's paying off in a big way. But the craziest part about these three stocks, they're already winning without most investors even noticing. So first, let's get into Broadcom. This is one of those companies that's always working behind the scenes, but it's now ready to take center stage. Now, you might know them for the chips that keep your Wi-Fi and your phone running smoothly. But lately, Broadcom has made a big move that's turning heads in the world of AI. Instead of just making connectivity hardware, they jumped heavily into custom chips for data centers. This is the sort of tech that helped Google and Microsoft power their AI operations. That gives these companies a new supplier, and for Broadcom, it means a huge slice of a market that could hit over $90 billion in value by 2028. Now, the wild part, Broadcom controls about 70% of this custom chip segment. That's more market share than most folks expect for a quiet company, and it positions Broadcom for some serious upside. And after buying VMware for $69 billion, they're pulling in extra cash from software as well, protecting themselves if chip sales slow down. And some analysts forecast that the stock could jump up to 445% by 2030.
Some investors worry Broadcom's software push could stretch its focus. Are they spreading too wide?
Yeah, and good point, Tiara. What do you think? I could see the argument for and against this move. So let me know in the comments below. I'm just, really genuinely curious what you think about this. But next up, we're going to discuss a company that holds a virtual monopoly in futuristic chip tech that you may have never even have heard of. So let's check out ASML Holding, literally the only company in the world that makes the machines needed to build the latest and greatest computer chips. Chip giants like Intel and TSMC, they can't get by without them. So yeah, they're crucial to the AI race. Their specialty? Something called EUV lithography. And sure, that's a mouthful, but the bottom line is this tech lets manufacturers create chips that are so small and fast, they're powering everything from smart cars to high-end AI tools. And as the demand for more advanced chips has exploded, every major chip maker, even the biggest in the game, has to pay up for ASML's equipment. In fact, ASML holds around 90% of the advanced chip equipment market, which means whenever there's a race to build the best chips, ASML is always in the winner's circle. Now, the company just launched even more advanced machines that push the limits of what chips can do, which will make future AI, gaming, and computing way faster and more efficient as well. And now is a good time to mention that if you want to catch more breakthrough companies like this before the market really prices them in, then hit subscribe as I talk about AI a whole lot on the channel here to help you stay up to date.
Well, we're waiting.
Now, if you're sizing up potential upside, ASML's numbers are tough to beat. They're aiming for up to $60 billion in revenue by 2030, and the stock could more than double over the next 5 years, with analysts already suggesting possible returns as high as 182%. So now let's keep the momentum going here. There's one company that's building the gear for the factories where all these futuristic chips are made, and that's where we're headed next. All right, so here's where chip making really gets hands-on. So Applied Materials is the company that makes the machines for all those new buildings of those new semiconductor factories that are popping up everywhere, right? AI, cloud computing, and smart devices are driving a crazy demand for advanced chips, and someone's got to build the factories to keep up. And Applied Materials, they create machines for the actual manufacturing, deposition, etching, inspection, and all that stuff that nobody sees but everybody needs. With more than 105 new chip fabs set to open worldwide by 2028, Applied Materials is in the perfect spot to supply gear for each one. The payoff? Well, with a forecasted $1 trillion invested in semiconductor factories worldwide by 2030, Applied Materials is riding a wave of long-term growth. Projections show that their stock could double or even triple over the next 5 years. And thanks to consistent demand already for their equipment and services, it's more stable than some flashier tech bets. So while Broadcom makes AI run fast and ASML makes the chips smaller and more efficient, Applied Materials is fueling the build-out needed for all that innovation to actually happen. The reality is semiconductors are powering the AI revolution, but here's the thing. Some of the most explosive gains might come from tiny companies that you've never heard of. So in this video here, you can learn about 3 AI penny stocks that could skyrocket soon. So now is definitely a good time to go ahead and check that video out.